Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Now Stop Playing podcast. It's your boy Kwali, your host, and we back with season 2, episode 2. Feeling real good right now. Like I told y'all last time, first season was more like solo, but now I'm doing some collabs because people starting to see what I'm talking about is that real issue and they want to get involved as well. So today we got a nice little episode for you. I got a special guest, very special to me in a sense. Got my little sister on the line, and she ready to talk her issue. We're gonna talk about a topic that a lot of people try to graze over in a sense because people want to be politically correct. And you know me, I ain't with that political correct stuff. I'm trying to do what I got to do, right? And get that information out there. So today we're going to talk about the community, right? And when I say the community, we're talking about the LGBTQ plus and some, right? No
Um,
disrespect, no disrespect, right? But you know, uh, yeah, my sister, she's a part of the community, and it's her story. It's a pretty good story. So I want her to talk her ish, and we're gonna talk about some of the misconceptions associated with the community in terms of what people may think or what people might get into for the wrong reasons and things of that nature. So you know, I'm gonna let her talk because she can talk more about it because I'm not affiliated, will never be affiliated, and that's kind of what it is. So I said what I said. So without further ado, I got my sister on the line. Just tell them a little bit about yourself, your name, where you're from. If you want to tell them your age, you can tell them your age, and just tell them a little bit your backstory on how you, in a sense, got into the community.
okay, my name is Rachel,
All right.
but you can call me Royce. I go by Royce on my social media.
All right.
Matter of fact, pretty boy Royce. Don't forget that pretty boy in there. But I'm 22. I'm from Texas, born and raised, been here my whole life. And I feel like I've been gay since I could remember, since I was younger.
All right.
Yep.
So, kind of talk to us about because again, you have a unique story, right? Most people who are in the community, they stay, they get into it right away. They don't date anybody from the jump. They just kind of stay in the corner and, because they're afraid of coming out in a sense, right? So, but you have the experience of actually trying to, you tried the whole straight thing, didn't work for you, and you transitioned in a sense. So, kind of talk to us about what happened in that sense. Like, talk to us how you went about, you tried it, it didn't work, and what was the equalizer for you in terms of making that transition?
Well, from the jump, I feel like I always kind of been gay. I just never really got into it until I was in high school, per se. But I mean, I had little flings with girls when I was eighth grade summer. That's when my first time ever actually doing something with a girl. But my freshman year of high school, yes, I did date a guy. Never had any sexual contact with him or anything because I just wasn't feeling it. But the whole time it was really because I wasn't really into men. But the first time I actually experienced a girl and actually liked one was I was in sixth grade and I had a little crush on this eighth grader. And I had wrote a letter about my feelings for her.
Right.
And turns out my other brother found it, gave it to my mama, and yeah, kind of outed me without me even knowing exactly if I was actually, interested in that way, which I was, but I kind of got outed instead of being able to speak on myself about, coming out or anything. But um ever since that, I just been gay. I just love me some women. So
Interesting, right? So just a little backstory on me and my sister, right? So we didn't grow up together, right? Got the same father, different mothers. I got no, I'm from Wisconsin, so I was up there the whole time, and like I would come down. I came down a few summers throughout my life or whatever, and but again, my dad was working or doing whatever he was doing, so he wasn't really there. So my stepmoms, they really raised me and whatnot. Um, so it's interesting to say the least because I know that when I would come down, my sister was a girly girl, right? She wearing little
Mhm.
dresses and pigtails and bobos and all that. Like people do it, man. We gotta do the hair. The hair gotta be fly because if it ain't fly, something wrong, right?
Mhm.
For me, when I was told again, I didn't really come back into the picture. But last time I saw y'all, I was what 11 or something like that. So you had
Yeah, I
to
was pretty
be,
young.
yeah, you was probably like what, 1 or 2 or something like that. No, how old are you? You 22. I'm 30. Yeah, that was
22.
10 years. So I was 11. You had to be like one. You was probably like one. So again, like I didn't come back around in the picture till I was in college. So that was when I was 20. I was about 20. So you was about 10. Um, so even then, of course, she 10. She in the fourth grade, fourth, fifth grade, whatever grade you was in. So it wasn't really a thought or anything, and you was heavily sheltered. So you was around your moms all the time. She was, you know, super protective, a little overbearing. Don't tell
Yeah,
her I said that.
she gonna hear it.
Oh damn. Yeah, 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 we might have to delete the episode. But yeah, so it's interesting to say the least because how did I found out through our dad actually. He I was talking to him on the phone, and this is again down the line. Couldn't make no
Mhm.
more excuses because I'm an adult. So you trying to, saying numbers changed, and you ain't have means of communication, but they was there. So anywho, he was like, "Yeah, yeah, man, I got a call. You said your sister gay." I'm like, "She is." Okay, all right. Well, this first time I'm hearing something, so this new to me. I think I,
Right.
I think I might have called your mom right after I got the phone with our dad and was like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" Right? She's like, yeah, she gay." I was like,
So when was this? Because I don't even remember. When did he tell you? Around that time?
whenever you had to be almost grown, like 16, 17 at this point, maybe even
Oh, that
18.
must have been when I was with my first girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they say you would, but everybody was like, "Oh, you ain't. She just going through a phase. She don't know what's really going on. She just trying to
Right.
test the water." And I'm like, man, if you gay, you
Nah.
gay. It ain't no testing the water out here. Once you dip your foot in the pool, you in the pool. That's it. Ain't no. I'm gonna get back real quick. I don't think I want to get in this water. Like, especially if you're a dude, man. It ain't no testing the waters to see what's going on. You about that life. You about that life because it ain't no coming back once you start. Just like the dude, Mr. Delivered. Like he's saying, I like women's now. Nah, bro. You know what it is. Don't try to front. Don't try to front and play yourself, my boy. Um,
I mean, don't get me wrong, because there are people that like both genders too, also.
yeah, bisexual, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's one of those things where it's very gray, but at the same time, when we talk about nuances associated with gender roles, or we talk about double standards, or even when we get into the murky waters of transsexuals, it goes left field, and it's wild. Like, but again, for the sake of the topic, we're gonna stick on you and kind of your experience, and get into some serious topics, some serious what I want to say, uh, you know, things affiliated with the community, but the misconceptions of what people may think. Specifically, when we talk about women, because again, it's in society we deemed it okay, and it's actually glorified if you're a woman and you either are with women or you like both genders. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
men, man, not me in a sense. Well, not anymore at least. But we that's our thing. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, all right. Kiss for $1. Some weird shit. But yeah, so yeah, my dad told me, and then talk to your moms, and then I don't know, whenever me and you talked about it, but I could recall you telling me that you dated a dude and y'all, you know, you tried it as far as tried that. You when you just said now, you say you ain't never did anything sexual. I thought you had.
No, yeah, no, that was in high school, and I didn't do nothing with him.
Oh, okay. So you had told me a story about a car and back seat and some other stuff, and I was like,
Oh, that was definitely a girl. That was my first girl, and that was actually a white girl.
oh Lord, drop a clue
Yeah,
bomb.
something like that.
Drop a clue bomb. Oh Lord. Out here. She had the bunny fever. for the first time.
Yeah. Then I got a little taste of that chocolate and was like, oh yeah, never going back.
I ain't gonna lie, because that happened to me, man. I thought the white women was it. Elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and then it was like, nah, bruh, that ain't it, man. No cream in this coffee. We
Right.
strictly we pure black out here. But that's neither here nor there. So all right, so I've learned some new stuff today. So you knew for a minute, since like middle school, high school, you was doing you tried dating a guy, it didn't work, and then you now here you are at 22. You single or you single?
I'm single
All right.
and ready to mingle.
Oh Lord, she her father's baby.
Not too much, not too much.
All right. So tell me some of your experiences. Like, do you think that would you ever try to be with it? Like, what I'm saying, be with a man, or have you thought about trying to see if it will actually work, or it's just like that ain't for you. You good. That don't even cross your mind ever.
Honestly, it doesn't, to be honest. Like, I just don't really see myself with men. I just really feel like when it comes to like a comprehend thing, like it just don't click. Men a little bit more, they hard to like, I don't know. It's just a little bit different when it comes to them.
Mm,
And then when it comes to also too, like, don't get me wrong, I still like to be submissive as well, even though I'm a stud.
mm.
I still like to be submissive to my women. And I'll also like for my women to be submissive to me sometimes. But from like a stem from it, it just doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like I can't connect to a man more than I can connect to a woman. And I tried it before, but it's just not something in me.
So when you say connect, what do you mean by connect?
I mean, like from like a mental, emotionally, physically, like, like a connection with them. I don't know how else to explain it. Like
Okay.
really like sexually, I can't do that. Like, and then also too, well, also too, like just on like a mental note, I just feel like men are very different than women when it comes to like the brain functions and all that stuff. And it's just like my patience is already low.
Okay,
We'll be up in there fighting every day.
Lord. You toxic people. She toxic. But it's
I'm working
interesting
on
you
it. I'm
say that
working on
because
it.
like I've always heard that when two women get together, it's just like, or even two men, like, because what happens, from what you see, especially if you got a man that's super flamboyant, or if you have a woman that's super masculine and or wants to be masculine in a sense, right? They give off
Mhm.
those characteristics of them trying to be the thing that's opposite of what they're attracted to in a sense, right? So like you'll have like for women, you'll have a woman, like you say, you use the word stud a few times, right?
Right.
So you like to, give off of a more masculine appearance. You do more masculine things, and in a sense, you're kind of the masculine energy in the relationship. So help me understand when these women are trying to talk to you and be with you, or if you can speak on this, if they don't like men, why would they date a woman who gives off like a man persona in a sense, or tries to give off that facade of being more masculine in a sense?
Well, from my understanding, I'm not that type of stud that's like very masculine. I'm very in tune with my feminine side.
Okay.
I don't really, so when it comes to me, I feel like I attract women that understand that I very like from my appearance, you can tell they'll think, oh, she real masculine. She probably act just like a dude. I about to say something else.
Thought yourself.
but but when they hear my voice and actually get to know me, they're like, oh wow, like they see my feminine side very much so.
Mm,
And usually when I see a woman and I see that she sees me as a man, I kick her to the curb anyways, because at the end of the day, I want to date a woman that actually likes women, not just because you tired of men treating you a certain way, so you want to move over to the next side when
mhm.
it comes to women because you tired of whatever that I really don't know what they be thinking when they come to that. But honestly, I feel like I haven't really attracted a woman that's just seen me as a man because of the simple fact of how I hold myself and my demeanor about myself. But I mean, I don't know. I would have to go back because every relationship is different that I've been in with every female that I've, experienced. So I feel like I would have to go based off that female, if for instance, if you get what I'm saying.
So let me ask you this: would you ever date a woman that's more masculine than you?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a dominant woman at all.
What?
I would not mind it.
Why is
Because
that?
I told you I'm still in tune to my feminine side as well. Even though my appearance looks very masculine, I'm like, for instance, play the more masculine side, but I also like to be submissive to my woman as well. So I wouldn't mind a dominant, woman as well, though, too. You get what I'm saying?
That's interesting, right? Because again, for me, on the outside looking in, it doesn't make sense. Because in my mind, I'm like, if you like a woman that's a dom in a sense, right? They use a dominant woman, right? Or a top,
Right.
whatever that word. I don't. Again, I'm not even gonna get into that. That's too much.
Mhm.
Um, so a woman that's more dominant in a sense, you would prefer her over a more feminine woman. But again, 9 times out of
No,
10,
it's not. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, maybe I need to reword it a little bit better.
okay.
Basically, what I'm saying is it doesn't really matter about the appearance. Honestly, it's about how that woman treats me, regardless if she's more dominant or more submissive when
Mm,
it comes to me. But I feel like it should be an equal balance between us two as both women, because at the end of the day, we're both women. We
okay.
both want to be treated as a woman, because I would still want to be treated as a woman because I am a woman and I like being a woman myself.
Okay. So
So basically, I just want like an equal balance between both two. I shouldn't have to be the most masculine and she just be feminine. Like, no, I don't. It should be an equal balance between both women.
So let me ask you this then, because if a woman is super dominant in a sense, she gonna give off a lot of toxic masculinity features, right? She gonna be super like just like you told me the other day, women that get into the community thinking they finna because a man did them wrong and they start dealing with a chick that um, gives off those dominant features and she know that she in the community for the wrong reasons, she gonna dog her too. Like for instance,
Oh yeah, for
like a
sure.
young MA. Like, would you date a young MA?
Um, if she can woo me in that way, then go for it. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't yet been attracted to another stud or more masculine women, but I wouldn't, put it past me either.
Hmm,
It really depends on how that woman treats me and how she makes me feel as a woman myself. Because at the end of the day, I still want to be treated as a woman. So if you can treat me as so, then I'll be okay with that. But I can't just be with a woman that only sees me for a stud and wants to make me basically a man because of that simple fact. If
okay.
that makes sense.
And it's again, I I'm not in your mind. I can just I can try to take it and analyze it and decode it as much as I can. And that's why I'm glad
Right.
we're having this conversation because again, a lot of people have these questions, but no one it gets a little murky because the person that's explaining gets frustrated because like you just need to understand. Well, it don't make sense. So what you want me
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm not really the type because I understand because you're not gay, so I understand that you wouldn't, comprehend the way I would
mm-hmm.
because I've been gay for a very long time now. So I feel
Right.
like I understand that part when people don't understand the whole gay thing and they can be confused on it, but also too is because that's not their lifestyle.
Right.
That's
Well,
not how they live.
well, for me on the outside looking in, I know if it was me on the other end, if I was gay, right? If I was saying I was gay and I'm a regular degular dude, right? Like how I am now. If
Mhm.
if I'm saying I'm attracted to a man, I'm not gonna go towards no dude that wear lipstick and arch they back and walk with they boot, do all that extra shit. I mean stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I ain't cause if I'm gonna do that, I might as well be with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, like everyone has their preference in a sense, right? But I know for
Mhm.
me, if I was looking at, I'm gonna look for a dude that personifies being a dude in a sense, right? So
Right.
I don't know. It gets confusing when it's like because there's so many like different things that you can add to it. Like it's like think of it like a Lego or something. Like oh, you got the 4 piece, you got the 3 piece, you got the 2 piece. make a pyramid out of that. Oh, how am I make a pyramid? But make a specific pyramid. So it's like you taking different pieces and putting it on there. You're trying to make this pyramid, but every time you turn around, the pyramid is still lopsided. So it's like, dang,
Right.
if I just had 4 options based on this 1 4 piece, 1 2 piece, 1 1 piece, etc., I can do it a little bit better if that makes sense. So, but again, we having these conversations because people, people get offended in the community when you ask them questions, but it's like, man, a lot of stuff, we've been conditioned to believe this is the only way you're supposed to think. This is the only way you're supposed to
Right.
date or be or like somebody in a sense. So, we need to have these conversations more often so there's more some sense of camaraderie, some sense of understanding, so we can cohabitate in one place instead of everybody trying to go on marches and putting up signs and saying we need equal this and equal that. You know,
Mhm.
it makes things a lot easier when we're able to have these conversations and people aren't trying to force feed it to you, but also people are being a little bit more open minded.
Right.
Accountability on that sense makes sense. So, all right, moving forward. So, talked a little bit about your preference. You talked a little bit about your background. So, I mean, I'm gonna ask her. This is low. We're gonna get deep with it.
Okay.
Hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
So, what is your perspective on two women who may engage in sexual activity with male paraphernalia, even though they say they're not into men? So, like, what I'm asking is, if a woman likes to be penetrated with using toys
Right.
from another woman, rather it's a strap-on, dildo, whatever. What is
Mhm.
Can you talk more on that as far as what that may mean in a sense? Because for us, it makes no sense. For straight men, it makes no sense. It's like, well, a lot of straight men into it, of course, but it doesn't make sense. Like if you don't like a man, but you say you only like women, but you like things that are associated with being a man in a sense.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
For me, I can't judge, I can't speak for all gay women,
Right.
but for my preference, I personally it depends on how that person makes you feel because at the end of the day, penetration is about a feeling. It's
Mhm.
not really about what it is to me. Like it's really from the women I've dated and I gave penetration to, like I wouldn't necessarily say like that's a really hard like question to, as a to answer cuz I don't know, to me I feel like cuz I really don't care for it. I
Mhm.
don't care for penetration. I don't care for like, but at the end of the day, I still gonna like receive at the end of the day because no, we not about to just be giving and not receiving. But when it comes to like strap, I mean, I see how women act whenever I give them strap, and regardless if they, because at the end of the day, I feel like your mind can change at any given moment.
Right.
You may be gay now and then later on you might date men. To me, I really don't care about that. It's really about to me because I've tried it before with my ex.
Mhm.
And the first time I was more open with her whenever it came to it because I was like, okay, yeah, I was in love.
Mhm.
But if it was to come to another female, I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't at all because I feel like I had to be personally in love with that person to open up in that type of way.
Okay.
Regardless if it's, I don't know. To me, I feel like it doesn't really, the penetration doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. I feel like it's just the feeling that they get from it.
Mm.
And for me personally, I only felt good is whenever it was with my ex, and that's because I was in love with her at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't really think it's necessarily because of its being a penis, but it's just the feeling that that person gets from regardless of man or woman that gives it to them. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
you
don't know. I can't really answer that question because I don't take strap. I don't really. Nah, I tried it. I tried it, but it's just not my cup of tea, honestly.
mm, interesting. I ain't gonna get too deep in with it because again,
I mean, I don't care. I'll answer the question.
well,
There ain't
that'd be
nothing.
more of a side conversation. We ain't gonna get into it. I just want to. I'm just trying to get your opinion on certain things or certain, topics that within the community. Of course, a person that's
Right,
heterosexual, they might have questions about it, and they may be afraid to ask it. But again, we family, so and
right,
I'm your big brother. Is like you can come to me and talk to me about stuff. That's what we supposed to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
we having this conversation is candid, but at the same time, it's a needed conversation. We need to be
Right.
able to talk about this stuff, especially in our community, because there's a lot of hate in our community on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And people
Mhm.
are quick to make judgment or have their own assumptions instead of saying, "Let me look more into this." But again, sometimes it's hard to answer things, and it's hard for people to understand if there's so much gray areas because life is not black and white in a sense. Well, outside of being a good person and trying to do good things or whatnot, that's the only thing I feel is black and white. Outside of everything else is pretty much gray. Um, and then again, there's extremes depending on the person. So, but let's get back on topic in a sense. So, I know you said that at some point you would like to have children. So what does that look like for you in terms of again with it being the same sex and it being uh you and your partner at some point? What does that look like for you? Are you still interested in that or is this something where and you'll see within time?
Well, of course, I would like to raise a family with another woman, but in due time. Because right now, I'm living me. I'm doing my own thing,
Sound like your dad.
not too much. I don't know. I feel like I'm still young too, also. And I also see because there's a lot of women that are my age that have children. And I even dated women with children as well too. And to me, I just personally, it's just not really. I don't know. I feel like I want to experience life more than to just have a kid right now.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. So those women that you dated that had children before, were they really in the community or they was just tapping their foot in the water?
Um, hmm. Um, I can't say too much because people be listening, but I've dated a couple of women with children, and I would have to say I can't really, speak for them because that's their own life and what they choose, and because they could be bi too. Because I've dated a lot of bi women as well.
Mm,
So I don't know. To me, I feel like the women I've dated that had children with men, when it came to me, it was a little bit something different than, any other women. But I also feel like some women are only gay for certain women, if you get what I'm saying.
yeah. That's
Yes.
and that's man, that's interesting in itself. 'Cause
Yeah,
like,
it's very interesting. It's
I'm
very interesting.
just like, all right, for instance, I don't know if you watch P Valley?
Yes.
So like Little Murder, like ooh, like my boy be capping for real for everybody, but he like Uncle Clifford,
Right.
like bro, you super gay for Uncle Clifford, but you be out here trying to kiss on women and put on this facade, my boy. Like I get it. Like at the end of the day, you a gangster rapper, drug dealer, and you gotta, in a sense, it's like proving ground. Like you gotta show that you really about that life that society has said you have to be based on your activities. But at the same time, it's like, man, if you gonna do what you gonna do, man, do what you gonna do, dog. You gotta live in your truth. You can't sit here and put on these facades for people because at the end of the day,
Right.
all it's gonna do is make you go crazy.
You're gonna lose your own mind
Man, for real.
trying to please everybody else.
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad that you found it in yourself, even though little bro, little big bro, he's a big dude for no reason. Big Kimbo Slice, he kind of plays you in a sense, to give you
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he never
yourself.
really gave me a chance to even know myself, even though I've always been gay. Because even when I remember when I was younger, mom was saying I was like 2 years old, and I
Mm.
used to be rubbing on her friends' titties and just lay on them. So she
Well,
had a sense that maybe I
uh,
could have been.
well, did
Mhm.
did you nurse as a baby?
I don't know.
Did you
Uh,
breastfeed?
Probably.
Well, that's any
But
kid.
but even in elementary school, I remember I was in, I believe, third grade. I had a crush on this kindergarten teacher
I
for
had
like
a
the
crush on that
longest,
kindergarten teacher too.
but she was a woman though.
Tell
Come
me,
on now.
tell me.
It does mean something. It clearly it did because I've been gay this whole time, so it means something.
I think
I
we
don't know.
we
I
going
just
through the
feel like
motions.
I always been attracted to older women as well too, though.
I feel like what you're saying right now is kind of what these new age people in terms of them trying to expose sexuality to young kids. Not saying that's what you're trying to do, but man, a kid don't know what they want at 3, 4, 5 years old. They just trying to eat milk and cookies and watch Transformers on television. They ain't thinking about, man, I really would love to be sexually involved with this person over here. Or this person's cute. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you might have thoughts, but in terms of your thoughts, I don't think you know your thoughts until you kind of move up in age. In a sense, when you become like a teenager, then you can be like, okay, I got this feeling. I always get this feeling. Maybe it's butterflies, whatever. Because I remember when I was in second grade, one of my teachers used to rub my hand and do all that. Now she might have been trying something. I might have to
Now, see,
APB
you
out
doing
on
too
her.
much.
You know what I'm saying? Get this money real quick, but Um, so yeah, but kind of going back because I had another question I wanted to ask you. So in regards to having children and doing that, would you want to carry or would you want your partner to carry?
Honestly, it wouldn't matter to me. I feel like because I want 7, and when I say that, most women be like, "Damn," and I'm like, "Yeah, I truly do. I've always wanted 7 since I was younger, and I feel like I'll probably carry the less, probably 3, and they carry 4. But shit, I do want 7, regardless if I give or if she gives it, or it don't matter. Because at the end of the day, it's both going to be our child.
7?
Yeah, 7,
Yeah, you your daddy son.
not too much.
Yeah, they got a little basketball roster running around here somewhere. But
I'm probably
okay.
not gonna have that many, but I don't know. I've been
Well, you still
talking about
young.
it for some years now.
You still young, but you know that stuff expensive. So just be
Yeah,
prepared. Get your money right because
for
it's real
sure.
out here. Um, what I was gonna say, yeah, so cool. Let's take a quick break, real quick, and then we can get back into uh, more of these questions. And I really want you to talk more about the community. And my thing is, man, this is my podcast. I don't care who listening in. They feel some type of way. They feel some type of way. Let them. They'll be all right. They'll live.
Yeah, just ask me questions. Just ask me questions, and I'll give them to you.
All right, bet. I got you. So we gonna chime in. We're gonna come back in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We had to take a little intermission. It was getting a little too deep in the room, so had to get us a glass of water. You know, simmer down a little bit. But we back with that real ish. So yeah, so we talked about a few things. We talked about kind of my sister's, in a sense, her journey to where she is today. We talked about some of the nuances associated with certain topics related to male paraphernalia, procreating, having a family, uh, some of the things to kind of look out for in a sense. So, we talked about a couple of good topics. I think that was a good thing. But, the second segment of it, let's get into some more stuff. So, now it's time for the Q&A. It's time for the Q&A. So from your experience thus far, you know, being in the community as long as you've been in there and you've had a lot of experience as you stated, what would you say is one of your biggest pet peeves in terms of, things that people may do, say, or even, some of the things that you've experienced that it was just like, all right, I know now, never happen again. So like talk to me about some of your pet peeves.
Oh, my biggest pet peeve is being somebody's first girlfriend.
Oh, Lord.
I'm so tired of being the first girlfriend. Like it's not even funny because I don't think in a gay community, being somebody's first girlfriend, you have to basically go through the whole like defining who you are type of person besides but with your partner. Like it's even though you already been through all that and you already experienced the whole gay life and all that, when you have a partner and you're their first girlfriend, you have to like basically teach them how to be gay in a way. Like because a lot of things Yes, it's very confusing because it's just like, why should I have to teach you how to be gay? Just be who you are. But that's not always the case because a lot of times, parents be homophobic as well too.
Right.
That's another pet peeve for mine because both my parents accept me completely for who I am. It hasn't always been that way. It took some time, but speaking from now, it's like it's kind of difficult to date somebody with homophobic parents when your family accept you for who you are because a lot of times it can create drama.
Mhm.
That parent or parents might feel like you turned their daughter gay, which is so bizarre to me. And I've experienced that a lot though.
Mm.
Um, Another pet peeve is straight women. Straight women trying to say that they gay, but deep down they know damn well they gonna go back to a nigga after they done fucking with you. Oh, I'm sorry for the cussing, but uh, that's basically it. I just really don't like being the first time girlfriend thing. I'm so tired of that. And I feel like with every girlfriend I get, it's the same thing. And I just be like, yeah, no, can I just get a whole gay one, please? Does that come in the mail or something? Like, can we just get one that's completely experienced?
She said, "FedEx me. I need that FedEx.
Right.
The real gay one."
Amazon Prime, something. Like, come on now.
That's too funny. But you said something that was profound, right? Because I remember when, if anybody, is familiar with the series Power, you had the Raising Cain book, right? And then that one you
Hmm.
had Jukebox, who, was gay, black and gay, and she was very like her dad didn't accept her. Everybody else in a sense kind of knew she was gay, but her dad was like, nah, I ain't. And this is, mind you, this was back in like the early '90s, so even around that time, like the whole thing of being gay was still like gay was still associated with HIV. Like,
Right.
so that's just crazy in itself, right? But she met this white girl who lived on the other side of town, of course, came from money, and her parents, they in a dope game, and they eventually somehow started liking each other and became a thing, and she ended up her girlfriend, when she became her girlfriend, end up ODing off of fentanyl, right? And
Mm.
her parents blamed her for one, the OD, but two, for her being gay. So it's just like people need to, again, like, you can't. A lot, honestly, I think that's a lot of these Christians out here. I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say,
Right.
'cause that's how I feel. I said what I said. A lot of these religious groups out here be trying to place the blame and point fingers at people all the time. When at the end of the day, it's like most of y'all live in a double life, anyways.
Right.
Man, if you anybody that's religious and you come to me and say something about, oh, you not God fearing, or you not this, you not that, I'm gonna ask them if they had sex before marriage. If they had sex before marriage, man, get out my face. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? 'Cause y'all be sitting here trying to play. Oh, I'm delivered. Oh yeah, I repented for my sins and I did this. I got a relationship. I can keep messing up because I just keep telling God to forgive me. Man, get out of here, man. You going, all right? Oh man, hell is hot. Just know that hell is hot. So I said what I said. But yeah, so that you, like I said, you said something that's profound, because again, there's always the parents or outside sources that are not accepting, like not even just with the whole being gay, but just accepting your child with the decision that they decided to do. We get a lot of that with biracial dating. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue still. Now, I love black women, and that's just what it is. I ain't gonna change up, and I prefer to be with a black woman, and I love to see black love. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's what I'm on. But you get a lot of that with interracial relations. So we just need to, as a people, stop being judgmental and trying to force people to do stuff they don't want to do. Like, let people live their lives at the end of the day. 'Cause
Right.
at the end of the day, you want to live your life too. But everybody's so quick to say, "Oh, I got my God given rights," but then you be quick to turn and say some, be contradict yourself by trying to tell somebody else what they need to be doing. Come on,
Right.
trash. But yeah, so moving forward, again, I know I'll be going on tangents because I be talking my age. I gotta, once it's in my mind, I gotta say it. That's what it is. So, but yeah, all right, sis. So I got another question for you. So you said, you had, those are your pet peeves thus far with the community. So what would you say you would like to see moving forward? Like, what progressions would you like to see in terms of being a, just, if it could be dating, could be marriage, it could be access, it could be resources. What would you like to see more of as far as to see the community in a better light in a sense?
Honestly, I feel like in the community, we gotta stop putting labels on everything.
Mm,
Just let somebody be who they are. Like at the end of the day, like to me, I feel like that's an issue. Like
mhm,
they're like, oh well, you say you're a lesbian, but you entertain men. I'm like, okay, like some women in that case that's bi, whatever. But to me, I feel like at the end of the day, you never really know
mhm.
with anybody. I feel like that person, whatever they feel at that present moment, that's just who they are at the end of the day. Me personally, I know I'm gonna be gay for a very, very long time because I just don't see that. I don't see myself with the man or anything like that. But when it comes to like the whole label thing, I'm just not a fan of it because you never know. Like, why can't like you can't just say, "Oh, I'm gay," and then turns out you go date a man after you get done with that woman, but you was just so fully gay.
Mhm.
Like, it's just like to me, I feel like it don't even matter at this point. Just be who you are.
Right. Well, I think to your point, I think the biggest thing with that is people are we're creatures of habit, right? And what I mean by being,
Mhm.
I say this all the time, like we always do things based on what we believe to be the best option, based on what other people say is the best option. And
Right.
people are never satisfied. People want to sit here and do all of these extra things without, what I'm saying, just finding a place of peace. It's like, oh, I got to do this or I got to do that. Oh, now I got this urge. Like people always acting on their urges, and sometimes it's good to just sit back, relax, and chill. Like you ain't got to do everything
Right.
because you think that's what you need to be doing, and that's how people set themselves up for failure. You know, jack of all trades, master of none. That's me. I'm literally I've done almost everything, and I've mastered a few things. Don't get me wrong. I got a great understanding of a few things, but as far as channeling my energy into one thing, and that's why I feel like this podcast is gonna do well for me because I'm super invested. I like doing it, and it's part of my personality. People tell me I should have been a DJ or something. Out here having a good time.
Right.
So with that being said, so you said that you just want to get rid of the labels, you want to get rid of the boxes. But I would say one of the biggest thing in that community is the labels and boxes. They keep adding more letters, more pronouns,
Exactly.
all
Exactly.
this
That's what I'm
extra stuff.
saying. The
You know what I'm
he, she, and they, her. To me, I don't understand all that. And I've been in the gay community for a very long time. But after the B, I'm just like, what?
saying?
Like at that point, because it's just like it just be too much. Like stop putting the label on everything. Like to me, I mean, I get the whole trans thing and all that stuff. Like that's understandable. But like when it comes to like all the extra plus 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 and all that, it's just it's unnecessary to me. Very so. Like I just think it's just doing too much.
Quite honestly, that's why I left. I've been working in colleges for a long time, long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the main reasons why I left because I'm like, I ain't got time for, well, specifically these white schools. Because HBCUs, they kind of do it, but it's not as prevalent as it is at these PWIs. But these PWIs, they honestly be the most discriminative institutions of all. Like, they be trying to have all these movements and these, different clubs and, trying to be inclusive. But
Mm-hmm.
most of their students be the main ones passing judgment and trying to ostracize people. Like, it's crazy. HBCUs don't do nothing like that. And I say it again, HBCUs don't do nothing like that. And we have probably one of the bigger populations of gay people because they feel more comfortable going to those schools. So
Right.
we could talk about that at a later date because people be trying to play HBCUs like we ain't really out here doing what we doing. That black excellence. They don't like to see that. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to down talk. But you know, I said what I said. But yeah, that pronoun stuff, man. Oh, I'm like, dude, and people are like, oh, you gotta respect it. I'm like, for what? Like at the end of the day, if you saying your name was Kylie, now your name Kyle, I'm gonna call you Kyle.
Right.
That's what it is. Zim Zers, Zim Zuma Boom Fool. I ain't got time for that, man. No, ain't nobody got time for that. Then my thing is, you telling me that you dressing like him, but you want to be called her. You trying to mess with my mental right now. You trying to throw me off. I see what I see. You can't tell me I see anything different. Come on now. So I feel you on that, sis. But you're not the first person to tell me that in the community because a lot of people don't like that. It be these extra people that's trying to they just want attention. oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got them
Exactly what
allies
it is.
that's not even in the community that's trying to speak on it, but it's like you're not even in the community. Like, shut up. Just like them white people that be trying to, oh, I feel bad for you, so I'm going to sit here and do things. Nah, man, like Michael May said, you sit there and chill. When we need you to do something, especially from a monetary stance, when we need some money, then you step in. But don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Chill out. We ain't trying to hear none of that because you're gonna say some dumb and throw the whole thing off. Now you creating more pain in the community. So stop. So again, that's another little rant. I'm going on my rant. That's just how I am. But yeah. So my next question is, you mentioned transgender. So you in the community. Would you date a woman who was a man, like a trans woman? I think that's what it is.
Honestly, no,
Why not?
because at the end of the day, like that's still they transfer over to a man, and I'm not interested in
No, no, no.
men.
I'm saying if a man transition to a woman, would you date that woman?
Uh, Probably not.
Okay.
I'm just not a fan of the whole trans thing.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it. But let somebody else. You're transphobic. No, she not. She just has her
No,
preference.
I just don't have a preference. I don't know. I just wouldn't be able to see myself with one. But then again, I also never know though. But me personally, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, as of today, I would never date a trans person, a man that transitioned to a woman. I would never do. That's what I'm
Yeah.
speaking of today, and that probably will never change. But then again, I'm already involved, and she ain't going nowhere.
All right.
So I'm just saying, because like we on the podcast, it's gonna be aired. People gonna be like, "Oh, they transphobic." No, it's not. It's just a preference. Like,
And I actually have friends that are trans.
mhm,
I just don't. I wouldn't see myself being with one. That's all.
right, right. No, it makes sense. But people they'll take anything and run with it to try to make it demonize it in a sense. Like, no, we're accepting and loving people, but we want what we want, and that's not what we want. So you can't tell me,
Right.
man, you gotta eat this fried chicken because it's fried chicken. No, I don't like baked chicken, so I'm gonna eat me some baked chicken. I'm gonna need you to chill out with the fried chicken. You go over there with that. So all right, so I'm asking some, you kind of, I need you to get a little deep, sis. Come on, man, we trying to put on for the culture.
I'm dead.
So you live in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? What's the experience like dating? Would you say so? For instance, let's say you in Texas, right? Do you think your dating experience would be different if you were in another area of the country?
For sure. Because for one, Texas is really big.
Mhm.
Everybody want to be gay in Texas
Everybody want to be
nowadays.
gay.
I said everybody be trying to be gay in Texas nowadays.
Right.
It's like a trend now
Wow.
for a lot of them. I ain't gonna speak for everybody, but it be a trend going on.
Hmm.
But I feel like yeah, in like a smaller city like Utah or shit like that, it'll be a little different, especially in the gay community, because there
They
ain't gonna be
Mormons
that
out there.
many
They
out
ain't doing
there
nothing
that
gay.
it is in Texas.
They ain't doing
You
nothing
said
gay.
what?
They Mormons in Utah. They ain't doing nothing gay.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like Texas is a very big city, so there's
Most
gonna be a
definitely.
lot of different people. There is a lot of different people. There's a lot of different souls out here.
All right. So you say you want to go to Utah and get wiped out.
No, definitely not. I like you here. I really want to go to the Virgin Islands, but I mean, hey,
What's stopping you?
nothing. Exactly nothing.
All right, well, go ahead. Hey, that gives me a reason to come visit. I can come down there and give me some red snapper and chill on the beach.
Right.
All right, so okay, I think we hit on some good topics. I think we kind of opened up the conversation. So if anybody else, gets a chance to listen in, which I hope a lot of people tune in, again, don't take what we say as malicious. Being malicious, but take it as just that's just our perspective. It's not law, it's not fact, it's just how we feel. And that's one of the biggest problems in society is people are so quick to pass judgment based on someone's opinions or thoughts. But it's like everybody has thoughts, everybody has opinions. Not saying that it's fact or fiction and that it's going to hurt you. It's only when people act out on it. Now, yeah, we may not want to date, people who have transitioned in a sense, but that's our prerogative. Like, it's not saying we bad people or we hate them. We just don't want to do that. So I just got to leave those disclaimers out there because we got a lot of people in the world who they'll take something and you give them an inch, they run a mile. So I got to make
Right.
sure I clear that up for the audience so they not thinking me and my sister out here on some, just on some hate field, and that's not what it is. We just talking our ish, and a conversation we would have, and just chilling, even off air in a sense. So just got to put that out there. But I'm glad that she got on the podcast. I'm glad that she spoke her truth in regards to the community that she's in, and gave me a different perspective on how to kind of look at things or how to analyze it. Now I'm still gonna have my thoughts. Don't get me wrong, because that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
We
but
know.
but everybody who know me know. But again, hopefully this is something that, say somebody's listening in and they are, still waiting to come out. Maybe this is the ammunition they need to come out and speak their truth to their family, or if they dating somebody and they're getting a lot of negative feedback from the parents because they don't they think they're trying to turn their child gay. Like, if your child gay, your child gay. You can't stop them from being gay. That's just kind of what.
Right.
And Dwayne Wade is a prime example of that. So we ain't gonna get into that content. But I ain't gonna lie, I don't agree with trying to teach kids about sexuality at a young age. Like 4, 5, and 6, nah, man, they just trying to eat Fruit Loops and watch cartoons on Saturday. They not worried about who cute, who not. If they do get butterflies, they don't know what that means, and they don't need to know what that means. That's why we have so many babies having babies nowadays, because people trying to talk about sex so early. Let kids be kids. Like, let them do what they do. Give them their Fruit Loops. But that actually, man, we got to stay away from the cereal, man. The cereal got too many chemicals in it. But that's another story for
Mm-hmm.
another time. But let them eat their oatmeal. If it's good oatmeal, organic oatmeal, let them watch their Power Rangers or Powder Puff Girls. Let them do their thing, man. Stop trying to force these kids to be grown. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't cool. It ain't cool. And not because I said it, because it's a fact. That's an actual fact. I don't want to hear none of these lobbyists out here talking crazy. Like, kids should know about this. Well, if kids should know about sexuality, they should know how to balance a checkbook. They should know how to invest in stock and bonds. They should know how to get into real estate. They need to know those things that's going to help them prosper in life, not about their sexuality. So I
Right.
said what I said, and y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, because I don't care. So with that being said, I'm about to wrap this up because, again, it's Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Proud of y'all, love
The
y'all.
stud daddies too. Don't forget about them.
Oh
The
Lord.
stud daddies be working hard.
All right. I'm gonna have to get on my Kevin Samuels in a minute. But yeah, no, if you're a father doing your thing, taking care of business, and man, to hell with all those mamas out here that's saying I'm playing daddy too, because y'all trash. You failed that life. You sat here and had a baby with somebody that was a deadbeat, or you sat here and you were a bitter woman trying to keep a man from their child. So you trash. I said what I said, and that's on that. But with that being said, again, happy Father's Day, happy Juneteenth. Tap in with me. Again, this is a non-stop playing podcast. It's your boy Kwali, and I'll be back with another serious topic next time. So tune in. Appreciate y'all.